This broadcast of Teachers Fight Night 15 brought to you by Bermuda Air Conditioning and Magnum Power Force
in the blue
Gym.
corner, fighting out of, in the blue corner, fighting out of Bermuda, Sanchow, Tariq Lynchwade. And in the red corner, fighting out of Controversy Gym, Brian Flynn.
Brian Flynn coming out of the red corner from Controversy Gym, and Tariq from the blue corner representing Bermuda Sanchow. I think the crowd's still warming up a little bit. Yeah. A little bit of a cage opening. I think Brian has maybe landed a couple of shots. Tariq's still trying to find where he's going. Oh, there you go. Nice the amateur side of things. Tariq trying to hold on, and Brian trying to punch away at the ribs of Tariq there. And closely followed by some grappling in the middle. And Brian doing well to avoid the head punch there. But you can maybe see Brian is very upright when he's fighting. It causes him to be off balance sometimes when he tries to come in with his hooks and his crosses. You see the head mirror of Tariq. It looks a little bit more accomplished, perhaps. Maybe Tariq may be a little bit hurt there. I think Brian caught him with a couple of good shots. He tried to just cover up rather than coming back with a shot of his own.
Tariq Lynchwade, my former Barclayite friend. Nice to see him in the mic.
There's the details we need.
Yeah. Well, I tell you, it's something I know, so I'm putting it out there. Me and Tariq know each other, so
yeah.
I hope he wins.
So you're a biased man.
I'm biased this round.
From the heel to the mask.
Yeah, I've got a Tariq flag behind me, you guys. I tell you what, I don't want him see him get injured. He's a good guy. Two big gentlemen up there tonight, so we know those punches do damage tonight.
Absolutely, I was down in the hallways of the gym earlier on, and I know we were trying to find gloves that would actually fit Tariq. His hands, as was said a couple of times, they're like bloody shovels, and we couldn't get some gloves to fit him, but we finally managed to find him a pair, and here we go.
I think the combined weight of these two boxes tonight is something like a small truck.
Yeah.
So tonight we're going to have some fun, and we're going to watch this heavyweight battle. It's our third right so far. Brian Flynn and Tariq Lynchwade. And we're in the first round, and so far these boxers are just going through the rounds, feeling each other out, a good, honest first match. Seems to be some points for both gentlemen.
Yeah, I think I said earlier in the round that Brian maybe did better work, but Tariq looks a little bit more accomplished as a boxer. He had better head movement and better technique in his fights and his fighting style as well. Brian was very upright in his style, which caused him to lose his balance sometimes. When he threw a punch and missed, he came a little bit off balance, whereas Tariq kind of had his moving around the balls of his feet, and he was quite comfortable there.
I'll tell you one thing, there's some fantastic outfits out here tonight, and that brings me to my next point. The Cave St. George's, outfitted for life, one of the finest clothing stores for men in Bermuda, and I'm dressed up in some of their fine wears tonight, so if you want to look good like I'm looking tonight, make sure you go to the Cave. Also, we gotta give a shout out to one of our Rubis and Bermuda Air Conditioning, who has a part of our sponsoring program.
Cave.
Turn me back on. Thank you. Second round. Fight night. Tariq Lynchwade leaning in with that left. He's jabbing. Looking to get some momentum through that jab. Rocking that Bermuda jersey. I like that. Always good to see Bermuda up on something printed.
Absolutely. I mean, I think we saw at the end of the first round that both guys were starting to get a little bit tired. As you say, it's amazing how much it takes it out of you, and especially when you're of the larger variety, shall we say.
Greg, I remember one time I was in Canada and I was at a buffet, and I think I ate for two.
I don't even want to go there. I don't even want to go there, Vince. Don't want to go there. One time in Canada is enough for me, but whatever you do in the buffet is enough for you.
Greg, we have to detail that story another time. But right now, back to the boxing action, as the referee just gets in between these two boxers.
Absolutely. I mean, these guys. I mean, they're giving it as good as they're giving it a good account of themselves. You know, kind of. It looks a bit like a movable object and unstoppable force. They're both kind of neither really wanting to take a step back, and they're both just kind of trying to wheel in on each other.
You know, that really says something about the characters of these two gentlemen now. They're amateur boxers, but yet they're out here trying to give you a main event show. They're out here for the big show. They're not in the lights trying to find a shadow. They're standing center stage. And we got to appreciate what they're giving as they exchange and huddle. Tariq catches a ferocious right, and I think that right took a little toll on Brian as Brian took a little breather there.
Yeah, I mean, you can kind of see, as I say, kind of, I think especially in this round, Brian really is starting to suck it up.
Yeah, Brian.
You can kind of see that Tariq is maybe being a little bit more aggressive. Or not. That's the case, maybe. Wow.
The case.
Okay, thank you very much, Brian, for that.
Well, that is definitely a case of the, they say, the commenter's curse. Brian turned to Mike Tyson for about 6-7 seconds,
he had 5 or 6 good shots coming in there. I was like, wow, awesome. Excuse me very much.
The red trunks were flying. I thought he was a Manchester United player for a second there.
Oh, here we go again. You're in your Manchester United. Yes, Wayne Rooney's a good player. Thank you very much.
He looks so good. There you go. I thought he resembled some of the Wayne Rooney glory highlights, which I.
By the way, I just want to say that was horrific defended by Senderos today. But anyway, back to the subject today.
Back to the subject at hand. Manchester United is top of the table.
Here we go. The excuse me, Vince. The doctor's just checking on Brian here. Okay. He may have some blood coming from his nose or his mouth, and that's why the doctor wants to check. All right, let's leave Manchester United alone.
I guess Tariq Lynchwade found one of those punches right to the nostrils of Mr. Brian Flynn. I tell you, Brian definitely showed some pit bull-like instinct as I saw him lodge a barrage of punches in what was one of his best exchanges of the bout, Greg.
Yeah, I think it's a case that, you know, kind of maybe in a quieter moment he was able to get something of a second wind, get some air back in his lungs, and then he decided to go for it. And he's definitely let 4 or 5 or 6 big punches go.
Yeah, I thought Tariq was in trouble for a minute. Tariq went on the ropes.
Yeah,
during that exchange.
He was covering up, and yeah, I was thinking at that point Tariq was looking good, but at the little barrage that he was covering up again.
We'll see who takes the fight from here, Greg. And that's the end of the second round as we here at Fight Night 15. Greg and Vincent, your commentators, BSN Channel 82, bringing you the action, bringing you the flavor, bringing you the energy of Fight Night 15, the rematch.
And you know what? This is a pretty tough fight to call so far.
It really is.
I said after the first round that Brian maybe landed the better punches, but Tariq was looking more comfortable in his boxing style. And I think pretty much the same again. I think as I said midway through a round before Brian unleashed his barrage, that Tariq was starting to get control of the fight and starting to look better. But then those few punches that Brian landed, they may be enough to turn that round to him again, and he may now have a comfortable lead in the fight. Guess we'll have to see which way the third round goes.
This will be the last round.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
All right, well, these boxers have nothing to be ashamed of. It's been an honor to watch them so far. Third round. Greg, here we go.
Yeah, we'll see how the words of wisdom from Garin in the blue corner and Mr. Renault in the red, see how they work out.
Yes, we see Chuck in the red corner there, making sure his fighter gets his instruction and listens.
Yeah, Tariq's backed Brian down a little bit, landed a few good shots in there.
Ooh, and Tariq.
Then Brian's come back up with a couple of his own.
Yes, Brian is swinging for the fences, as you say. He's caught about 3, and Tariq with a good coming out of the exchange, laying a nice overhand right. Right now, these fighters, I just can't stop
the doctor's
thanking him.
The doctor's going to come in and check Brian again.
And appreciating. I think that is the blood probably coming back. You think, Greg?
Yeah, I think the bleeding started again. So Dr. Marina's called in just to make sure everything's okay. At the end of the day, in amateur boxing, obviously the fighter's health is the most important thing. We don't want anybody to get badly injured.
Well, for no reason besides punches to the face, Brian Flynn has occurred a cut, and Tariq Lynchwade is catching some air. This is the third round. This is the final round of this match. So far, me and Greg think it's pretty much even Steven. Really hard to call this match. It's been a good display, though.
You know what I would say as well, though, Vince. I think Brian is the one who's struggling more for fitness. So in some ways, this stop actually helps Brian a bit more.
I heard that.
He gets the advantage of having the doctor stoppage, but he gets the opportunity to get some wind back in his lungs.
Well, let's see how that works to his advantage as they come out of the stoppage. Brian leaping.
Tariq coming with a bit of a rabbit punch from round the back, but that's not very good to see. But the referee not really calling much about that. I'm a little bit surprised he didn't give a warning there.
That's one thing about boxing, though. You could give me a warning, you could take a point away, but you felt that punch.
Yeah, absolutely,
yeah,
absolutely.
You can't take that back. I always question for the fighter. I said a lot of times you win by losing that point.
You send the message across. And your message is delivered loud and clear.
There you go. So right now we got the doctor just looking at we got Brian Flynn in the red trunks here. Charles, trainer's up on the apron. He's working with his spiker, talking to his fighter. As the fight continues, that's wonderful.
I only know that guy is Chucky. I don't know who Charles is. But clearly Tariq has seen a positive sign in what he's done, and he's really taking it to Brian now.
These two are toe-to-toe, delivering blow after blow in the center of the ring. Absolutely phenomenal, the energy in this boxing match at this time. Nothing being left behind.
Yeah, I think Tariq's had the better of this round, so let's see if he can close the deal and come up with a victory at the end of the day.
It's nice to see these guys are not leaving nothing in the tank.
Oh yeah, I'm sure they'll be gasping for air, and
these guys
very, very glad when the final bell rings.
They're coming across the finish line with nothing left in the reserve. Tariq and Brian have delivered us an excellent fight so far. Let's see what happens in these final seconds. Tariq catches a crow, he throws a right, but it just misses as Brian parries out of the way. Tariq leans in with the left. Brian,
nice solid uppercut.
Yes, awesome. And you can see the fatigue taking toll on these two gladiators.
Absolutely, and another couple of body shots there from Tariq, sorry.
Yeah, he's catching Brian on the clinch.
Yeah, I know, it's those little kind of, they look a little bit cheap, but it's those punches that can make the difference. Then all of a sudden Brian gets one back, and then all of a sudden the momentum changes again.
I tell you, Brian has showed that flash on a couple of occasions this fight, and it's definitely worth the wait.
You know what, I think I need to stop talking, because every time I say something good about Tariq, Brian comes right back and I'm eating my words.
Well, I got some ketchup over here.
Yeah.
Always good fun here at Fight Night. We're celebrating our 15th fight night. This is the rematch. We'll be taking you fight by fight to the main event. Teresa Perazzi and Tori Nelson. The rematch. Yes, yeah. That's what I'm looking at. WBC.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was a lively one. A few ebbs and flows there. They both went at it. I just want to get a crowd reaction to it. How many think it was the red corner? All right, that's pretty good. How many think it was the blue corner? Oh, even the crowd's not quite sure. Even the crowd's not, but your opinion doesn't matter. It's what the judges see. We'll have the result in a minute. But before we do get that, I just want to once again acknowledge our sponsors. Gorham's, our title sponsor for tonight's event. All our Gorham's people down there, well done, Gorham's. Thank you very much. Rubis, Gatorade, Coors Light, Smirnoff, Down to Earth, Bacardi, Chameleon, Print Express, and the Royal Gazette. We've also got another little surprise for you. For those of you who, after the fight night is over, feel like partying some more, I have 4 tickets to give away to the Bob Marley tribute birthday happening down at BAA Gym. If you put your hand in the front left part of your seat, the front left lip of your seat, and if you find a Bacardi bat, you have won a ticket. The front left of your seat. There are 4 of them out there. You don't have to get out of your seat. Okay, we have the result of bout number 3. Let me see what the crowd thinks again. How many think the red corner? How many think the blue corner? Bout number 3, the winner. The winner by points in the blue corner, Tariq Lynchwade. Good fight, guys. Let's go. Party rockers in the house tonight. Everybody just have a good time.
This broadcast of Teachers Fight Night 15 Brought to you by Bermuda Air Conditioning and Magnum Power Force Gym.